Hi, I'm Richie Gray. The Rhino Dictator will arrive for you ready to use. Here's some of the key features of this machine. The pads on the Rhino Dictator machine have been ergonomically shaped to simulate a bind against a real-life pack. Strong, durable foam inside a polyurethane cover will give a great length of life on the pads on the front of this machine. In the head of the Rhino Dictator machine, there are 4 hydraulic dampeners, each linked to the individual head units. The dampeners absorb the initial hit, making the machine safer to use. As a coach, the important point for me is that I can alter the resistance of the dampener within the head of this machine. So for example, if I had a younger, inexperienced pack, I could set it at the softer setting. A more senior, professional or international pack can work towards the harder setting, pretty much set up by myself. At the front of the machine, there's a height adjuster which allows me to set the machine at different heights for my pack. Another key feature of the Rhino Dictator are the ground spikes, which allow me as a coach to manipulate where I want my pack to go, left or right. To increase the weight of the Dictator, you can fill this specially designed water tank that sits just in behind the front head of the machine to an extra 200 kgs. Important point is, remember that if you're filling this with water through the winter months, put some antifreeze in there as well, just to make sure your water doesn't turn to ice. To drain the Dictator water tank, quite simply, just take out the plug and drain it away. To move the machine around, it has a hydraulic wheel system. Quite simply what you're doing is you're turning the isolator clockwise to fully locked and then pump the hydraulic. This lifts the whole machine up off the ground. Remember, the key point here is don't over pump the machine, so once you get resistance on this handle, you must stop. This will then lift the machine up off the ground and make it quite simple for the coach to move. If I move to the back here, literally all I do now is I can move the machine back and forward and I can guide it side to side. If I want to bring the machine back down again onto its base, I just release the isolator and it just comes down gently. Always make sure as a point of safety that your feet are well away from underneath the base before you drop the machine. Always remember the Rhino Dictator has been specifically designed to be a sled on the grass. The wheels are only there for moving the machine around into specific positions around the training park. So every time this machine's used by your pack, you must make sure that the base is solid and in the grass. And that is how to use the Rhino Dictator scrum machine.